Hello, I'm Ashley. Welcome to my space here. This is going to be the extended reading for my Tarot Tuesday weekly guidance and energy update. If you've read my blog, thank you for being here. If you just found this video randomly, then that's okay too. So just remember that whenever you reach this, whenever this finds you, it is meant for you. So you can trust it even if it's not for this week. It is intended for the week of the 12th through the 18th. I may have got that wrong, but forgive me if I did. But like I said, even if you find it and it's not on this week and the messages still resonate for you, then definitely it is meant for you. So take that, and whatever does not resonate for you, just leave it. And I want you to remember that your intuition is your best guide above all else, above the messages that I'm giving to you this week. So we can go ahead and get started right away because we know that the two cards that we needed to know for this week for the collective are the Queen of Swords, which I love the Queen of Swords personally because I am a Gemini. So this represents air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I love the Queen of Swords because she just represents this energy of like manifestation. And what also came with this is contact, because it also represents communication. So that's what stuck out to me right away. Sorry, there's kind of a glare on this card, but that's kind of what stuck out to me right away with these two cards was communication, because once again, the throat chakra is coming in strong with this blue color. And the Queen of Swords to me is about communication, and it's about communication that's authentic and honest and truthful. It's about finding this energy within ourselves of truth, finding this truth within ourselves. And I feel like this is also about making contact with our soul and listening to the voice of our soul, because right away I picked up on voice. So like really finding our voice this week, really learning how to communicate from a place of authenticity, from our truth, speaking from the truth. And like, yeah, it's like coming out of this energy of like denial and really being honest with ourselves, and where can we communicate in healthier ways, especially in regards to partnerships, which came up in my blog. If you read that, if not, I highly recommend checking that out because there's a lot more guidance in there as well. So, but also I'm just picking up on this energy of like receiving contact, or you're manifesting contact. You're wanting to speak. Maybe you're wanting to express yourself more authentically. Maybe you're wanting to speak to a loved one or express your love, or maybe you're wanting to just to speak more in general. Maybe you're like a public speaker, or you're wanting to speak publicly, or you're wanting to express yourself more in a vocal way, like you really want to be heard. That's what I'm picking up on. So you might have fears from inner child wounding where you didn't feel heard, or you feel like you didn't have a voice, and this can make it hard to speak up when we're feeling down and we need help, or speaking up when we're feeling excited and expressing our joy, expressing our love, like not holding back. Too much of us, we hold back on love because we like don't want to be the first person that loves or the first person that puts ourselves out there. But it's really about learning how to get more in tune to that inner voice that allows you to express yourself fearlessly, kind of, because the Queen of Swords, she's kind of fearless in my opinion. She cuts through the BS. She doesn't sit around and complain and gossip and judge. Like if you're having relationship issues and all you're doing is talking shit behind your partner's back, and that's how you're communicating, but you're not having an honest discussion about how you're feeling and the things that are going on and the things that are, concerning to you, that's just avoiding. That's going to make things worse, and you might actually create blow-ups in communication where you hold back for a really long time and you're gossiping behind their back, and then you don't speak up, and then maybe later on, because it's built up and you haven't used your voice to express your feelings and express your concerns, and it turns into a fight. And then, because what I'm also picking up is like kind of a lot of messages here, guys, so take what resonates. It's like this feeling of being verbally abused, or feeling like you're going to be verbally abused if you express your truth, or if you share who you are. Like, there's this fear, or there's like this healing of verbal abuse. Maybe you experience verbal abuse in childhood, and so this can make you like there's like this energy of shame or being shunned around using your voice, or like not feeling heard, and so there's just this energy of really needing to, where are you? Okay, so our voice, our words, our words are our creations. And so really, what are you creating? Like, are you only talking and are you only pointing out the bad things you're seeing in people? Like, what are you saying? Are you saying really negative things? Are you saying really meaningless things. Like, do your words have meaning? Like, it's like that energy of like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And really learning how to communicate from a different space, it feels like, is what we're really learning how to do. And as we do that, then we're gonna create this contact. So maybe you're waiting, because I was also picking up like waiting to receive a message of some sort. Like, this could be a message from spirit, because I was also picking up on synchronicities, but also like a message from like a love interest, or like a job interview, like a callback of some sort, or like some kind of business venture, or I don't know, there's just some sort of or some form of communication that's coming to you as you align more with your own the contact of your own soul, because it's like guiding you, it's nudging you. And when you align with this energy of the Queen of Swords within yourself, because the Queen is about embodying, so it's about embodying this energy of truth, embodying this energy of honesty. And as we do that, we create more honest communication in our relationship, whether it be business wise, whether it be friendship, whether it be romantic. So it's like really you might have to have an uncomfortable conversation. That's another thing that comes up, because maybe you're wanting to have a conversation with your partner, but you've been putting it off because you don't want to hear a truth that maybe hurts you, or you don't want to you don't want to deal with the consequences of the conversation, or the conversation leads to you needing to be more honest, and because you can't be more honest, then it creates this uncomfortable feeling. So it's like this energy of avoiding this communication. So right away, I picked up obviously on communication. There's a lot of messages coming through, so take whatever resonates for you. I love that, like I said, both these cards are blue, so working with the color of blue, really like just being mindful and of what you're saying. Like, are you... like, speak positivity into people. This is about speaking to yourself too, and like, how do you treat yourself? Like, the Queen of Swords, so if the Queen of Swords was like in reverse and she was coming in reverse here, this would be like being very like hard and cold and cut off and manipulative and vindictive. That's kind of the Queen of Swords in reverse, is like this really harsh energy, like just like a whole new level of like just not very nice. So it's like, maybe you've been not very nice to yourself in the past, and so you're really learning how to make contact with your soul, so that you can really change that inner dialogue, and so that you can communicate in a healthier way, not just with people in the outer world, but that communication, that inner dialogue with yourself is very important, because that's what the embodiment is. And when you embody that healthy communication, because that's what I'm picking up, you might just have like really trouble or struggle to communicate, and this maybe wasn't modeled to you in like in childhood, like with your parents. Maybe they didn't communicate healthy, or they were very harsh to one another. So this is like really looking at how you communicate and speaking and acting from this place of peace, from this place of truth, from this place of authenticity, from this place of like stillness, because the Queen of Swords, which you can kind of think of the wind, it's like it could be still one moment and then the next it's like a big gust of wind, so it's changing. So it's kind of important to like stay open and stay more in this lighter energy, because the Queen of Swords is about boundaries to me, and it's about like cutting out all the bullshit. So she sees right through the bullshit. She does not let petty circumstances or petty like naysayers or anything put her down. She does not let anyone put any words into her head. She knows who she is without a shadow of a doubt, and so she speaks this authentically. She expresses this authentically, and so nobody can like tear down her inner kingdom, kind of, is with their words. Like, just because somebody else is very negative, maybe you have a very negative partner, or maybe this came up in the reading too on my blog, like you're surrounded by negative people, whether it be at work, whether it be in a partnership, whether it be with friends, and like you're surrounded by this negativity. And I just see like going through and like cutting out, detoxifying people that are bringing negativity into your life via communication or words, or how they speak to you. Maybe there's somebody that doesn't speak to you very nicely, and you need to set a boundary and say, I won't allow this in my life anymore. And you have to like be like, okay, if you don't treat me differently, then I am walking away. And with the boundaries is, you have to walk away. So the next time they treat you with disrespect, you have to honor that boundary, and you have to walk away. You can't just be like, oh, I'll give them another chance. I'll give them another chance. I'll give them another chance. That's what it feels like has been happening in a lot of scenarios. It's like you want to place the boundary, but then you don't honor the boundary. And so then this person, whether it be a coworker, a friend, a partner, continues to walk all over you. But the Queen of Swords does not allow people to walk all over her. She absolutely does not. She has this beautiful, peaceful kingdom within her because she doesn't allow people to disturb her inner peace. She doesn't allow people to disturb her on an inner level, in her inner world. She keeps her energy very strong so that she can stay focused and aligned with what she desires, because as soon as she places her focus somewhere else, she's creating from that rather than creating from what she desires. So the more negatively we speak, and we speak about what we're lacking or what's missing, or we're judging or we're gossiping or we're criticizing, that's where we're placing our focus. We're placing our focus outside of us. We're placing our focus on another party, and we're giving our power away. So the Queen of Swords really teaches us how to have boundaries and how to not allow, our inner dialogue to be disturbed by how somebody else speaks about themselves or how negative they are. And removing yourself from these situations, like creating the boundaries, like deciding to leave the job or to find a new job or to, create new friends or to let go of some friends that are negative or toxic in your life, and really, taking action and ending contact, where can you, what I'm seeing, a no contact order. So there might be issues of violence or, like I said, verbal abuse or not feeling safe. So if that's for you, please take action, or please make sure you're safe. And always, I don't want to condone any violent behavior, don't stay in relationships or unhealthy situations. If you're feeling unsafe in any way, then definitely take action to remove yourself, to cut contact, and to do whatever you need to do in order to, honor yourself and respect yourself. Take that if it resonates. So, that's what we needed to know this week. So there's lots of messages coming through with that there. So we're going to move on to what's going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing clearly. What is going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing clearly, Spirit? Are we not seeing clearly this week? Okay, I have to say this now because it came up in the reading, but this is so funny because I pulled this for my weekly, my Tarot Tuesday weekly update, not the last week, but the week before that, the Lovers. And I actually, when I pulled for this week again, before I got the Queen of Swords, I got the Lovers again. And so I put that back and I pulled the Queen of Swords, but what we're not seeing clearly is the Lover. So I love that it showed up. This could represent Gemini, so we have that again, another air sign. But this energy is like the energy of the masculine and feminine within yourself. It's feeling very balanced, feeling very stable, feeling very strong. It's like feeling that connection with your soul. That's kind of what I was feeling with this contact, making contact with your soul. Or maybe even this is you might make contact with a lover, or I was picking up even with the Queen of Swords and things being synchronistic and spirit leading you to your lover. So you might be desiring love, and you might make contact with a soulmate or a lover, or a potential partner. This could happen randomly. You might receive maybe even a text message through I don't know, I'm getting through social media or through dating apps, or to keep your eye open. You might receive you might get contacted by your soulmate or your lover with especially if you haven't met them. So I'm picking up on that strongly. If you have not met your soulmate, really keep an eye open and keep your mind open with the Queen of Swords. She has a very open mind. It's keep your eye out for contact, or maybe they comment on a something of your social media. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. So there's this is synchronistic. This is meant to be, kind of, is what I'm picking up on. It's you were meant to come in contact with this person. Maybe you meet randomly. Even my voice is kind of being weird right now. Maybe you meet randomly, or you talk somewhere. This could be anywhere. You could meet them out in public, at a grocery store. I need to take a drink, actually. I'm picking up on a lot of energy around the throat chakra. This could be about expressing love. Choosing love is the Lovers. Yeah, and if you have met someone, this is about about the connection deepening, about becoming more unified and whole, especially on a soul level. And really, this is about a soul marriage, in my opinion. It's really balancing these masculine and feminine energies within us so that we feel whole. But yeah, you might receive some sort of contact or some sort of run-in or some sort of connection that connects you with, a soulmate or a lover. That's pretty cool. I like that energy. So what we're not seeing clearly is that kind of like love is in the air. But like, okay, so there's this energy of like negativity. I was kind of feeling that with the Queen of Swords, like cutting out that negativity. There's like this energy of negativity when it comes to love. So you might have had like really bad experiences in the past of love, especially what I was feeling with like the no contact order and like removing yourself from unhealthy situations. What happens is you might feel very negatively about love. And so this might keep you trapped in like unhealthy relationships. Like you don't deserve anything better than that. And so you settle because you don't know how to believe in healthy love. You don't know how to believe in deep, committed love. And so you settle for less, or you settle for what your parents had. And your soul is really desiring something deeper. It's desiring unconditional love. And we learn unconditional love not from our parents, not from people. We learn unconditional love from our soul. When we really connect with our soul, we make that contact with our soul, then we then we feel loved unconditionally, and then we begin to attract love because we're focused on healthy love. We're focused on reciprocal love. We're focused on love that is unconditional and uplifting, rather than focusing on love that is harmful or toxic or painful. That's not love at all. That's childhood wounding. And so when we're attracted to that kind of love and we're in those unhealthy relationships or those unhealthy situations, we have to really begin to see where we think, because this isn't just about speaking and vocalizing. This is about thinking and thoughts too. The swords are. So the swords are also about the mind, not just about communication, but it's like, how do I think about love? Like, am I speaking very negatively about love? Am I pessimistic about love? Do I feel like love will never happen for me? Do I feel like I lose love? Whatever, if you have any negative beliefs around love, really evaluating those this week and seeing where you can align more and focus more on pure, healthy, peaceful, reciprocal, divine love, and really embodying that feeling of divine love, getting your mind used to thinking thoughts of divine love, getting your body used to, like your nervous system. If you want divine love and you want to attract that from a partner, if you want healthy love, then you're going to have to really your nervous system has to be trained how to feel healthy love so that it can receive it. So once you begin to receive that healthy love from yourself, then you act as a magnet that's very attractive, that attracts this like soulmate, or it attracts this partner to you, because you're thinking thoughts of, you're imagining thoughts of healthy love. And so really placing your focus there and really breaking that habit of thinking negatively when it comes to love or partnership or relationships. Because it doesn't even have to be like lovers, but I am picking up on like intimate romantic relationships, but also relationships of all sorts. The relationships we have with our children, the relationships we have with our coworkers and our friends, even the relationship we have with the planet and with like strangers, because everyone's a reflection of us. And so but if we're only pointing out the negative things in our partner, and like I said, if you're doing that behind your partner's back and you're just talking shit about them behind their back, like that's really insecurity on your part, and really looking at, okay, where can I acknowledge these things within myself, or where can I have a healthy conversation? And if I can't have a healthy conversation, where can I just not say anything at all? How can I train myself to be with other people and not talk shit about my partner? A lot of women do this. A lot of women gossip about their partner behind their back. They talk about how they're a horrible partner. They don't do this, or they don't do that, or they talked like this to me, or they did this to me, and they're never talking about how much they appreciate or how much they desire or how much they love their partner, especially to other people. They're using their voice not to talk positively and to maybe shift their relationship, because the more you would be like, oh, my partner is great, or my partner is really growing, or my partner, trying to point out the things you do like that your partner does. Because when you're not seeing the things, when you're only seeing the negative in your partner, it's because you're only seeing the negative within yourself. So if you're hyper focused on and you're being highly critical of yourself, all you're going to notice are like the flaws and the things you don't like in your partner, or the things you don't like in other people. It doesn't even have to be your partner. It could be friends. It could be your loved ones. It could be your family members. So it's like, if you're only focused on the negative, it's because you're internally focused on the negative within yourself. So how can you shift that dialogue? How can you shift that conversation with yourself and speak more loving? Because this is about choosing love. How can you be more loving toward yourself? How can you choose love? So choosing to love your partner. And like I said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And begin to train yourself. And notice, are you just talking shit just to fit in with the friends that you have because they're all talking shit about their partner, and you just chime in so that you have something to speak about. Like, hello, use your communication for good. If you don't, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all and walk away. And if you can't be around those people anymore, then cut them out of your life. That's the Queen of Swords. She doesn't have any problem cutting, negativity or toxicity out of her life. Okay, what are we not seeing clearly with the Lovers here? What are we not seeing clearly with the Lovers? Gifted. Okay, I like this. It's like an energy of like knowing that you are gifted. Like, it's the same, basically what I'm saying already. Like, instead of talking about how like negative love is, or maybe you've had negative or painful experiences with love, and looking at the gift that love gives you, looking at how gifted you are, because you are love. Like, it's like this idea that like love comes from a partner, or love comes from outside of us, or love comes from a child, and it just doesn't. Love comes from within ourselves, from that contact with our soul, from that connection with our soul. And really, truly, love is a gift. Even though if we've associated like pain or violence or trauma or anything like that with love, we will think that is normal. But that is not true. It's like, really, that's attachment. And what we really have to see is that love uplifts us. Love makes us a better person. So if you're with somebody and you're not the best version of yourself, then maybe it's not the person for you. Maybe it's time to cut it out. Maybe it's time to let them go, or and really being, honest with yourself and saying, like, love should make me feel more aligned. It should make me feel good about myself. It should make me feel encouraged and supported. And if you don't feel like that at all, then you're really missing, the gift of what love truly is. And that's really about being there for yourself. It's like gifting yourself that love, instead of relying on an outside source to give you that love. Really generating it on your own, and then you can pour out that love. You can speak more lovingly in your relationships. You can express your love and not be scared. You can express your concerns and not be scared, because you should be able to have a conversation about your concerns or the things that are bothering you in a relationship without being like scared that it's going to blow up or scared that you're going to be rejected. And these are all childhood wounds, so you have to be really careful and you have to be very observant about your reaction. So do you react really strongly, emotionally or verbally, when somebody approaches you about something that makes you uncomfortable, or wants to express something? Like, just getting really used to noticing yourself and how you react and how you communicate to different scenarios in your life. It's not about like forcing yourself to be a certain way. It's about observing yourself and being like, okay, like where you once maybe would have blown up, you can watch yourself blow up in your mind, but have the control and the willpower to not voice that, that negative thought, and really like either don't say anything else at all, or instead say something very positive. And that shifts relationships. That can change the dynamic of a relationship with you, with that one little move of like, instead of saying something negatively, you either don't say anything at all or you say something positive. That can totally shift a whole conversation. It can shift a whole dynamic. It can shift a whole relationship. And so really seeing love as a gift rather than like pointing out all the flaws, or like what's really hard for me, and I've noticed in relationship, is that my soulmate, my lover, it doesn't really like feed my ego. It really, annihilates my ego. And so what really happens is I can get really upset, and I can see it as like something that's like a curse, but really it's like saying that this love is gifted. So if you meet your soulmate, like we said here, if you come into contact with a soulmate, or you come into contact with a lover or potential romantic partner, like it is gifted, like it is a gift. But also what sucks about like this spiritual path of love, because that's what if you're connecting with a soulmate, it's going to be a spiritual path. And it's a spiritual path to love, which looks completely different to a path of love here in human ways right now, because it's very codependent. So what we're really learning to find is that unconditional love, that selfless love. And so feeling very like seeing it as a gift, like I said, rather than seeing all the gifts that are in your partner, rather than seeing all the flaws. And really, when you begin to see the things you really like in your partner, like that you really like, you begin to like point those things out more, and you begin to actually recognize those things within yourself, is what I'm getting. It's like really seeing that you are a gift, like you are the gift of love, and that this love is gifted. So, or you might just be gifted in this relationship, or really like bring out your gifts. I can say that when I met my soulmate, my spiritual partner, that after we met, I really began to awaken spiritually to these gifts that I had, and I'm very gifted, like energetically. I'm gifted like with, you know, my intuition, my clairvoyance, my clairaudience. Those are my gifts. Like I'm a gifted writer. I'm able to write. I didn't know any of these things really until I met this partner that really began to like wake me up and reveal to me my spiritual gifts. So this is saying that like you may have these gifts that you don't quite know about because you're operating from pain and you're operating from love, and you're operating from pain and you're operating from ego, and you're not operating from the soul. And it's our soul that has like talents that we've developed over lifetimes, and so we can easily tap into those talents. We like make that contact with our soul, and we're connected with that part of us. And love can really make, you know, like think about love. It's like our muse. It's love is what like makes us write poetry. Love is what makes us write. You know, love is what makes us sing. Maybe your gift is that you sing. Maybe your gift is that you are I don't know, whatever your gift is. Everybody's gift is going to be different, so it does not matter what your gift is. But what I am picking up on is that this love that you're connecting to, or that maybe you're even connecting to a partner on the spiritual planes. Like even if you're not connecting with anyone in the physical, the more you balance these energies within yourself, the more you get to like kind of know yourself, and the more your gifts are revealed. And so that's what I'm picking up there, is that like this love is gifted. Like you may feel like, because that's what it felt like for me. Like I said, it felt like this love is kind of a curse, and it annihilated my ego. And what that means is like it uprooted all these limiting beliefs around love, especially all these limiting beliefs around myself, around my self-worth, around my around creating, around everything, like my ability to provide for myself and do what I love, you know, like it's that masculine and feminine energies where you want to provide for yourself, but you also need to be operating from love for it to be with integrity, and really, you know, awakening to these gifts. But it doesn't feel like it at first. It sometimes can feel like it's happening to you, because it can make you scared to reveal more, like to be more authentic, which is the Queen of Swords, and reveal and express these things of you. Maybe to sing, maybe that makes you scared, or to write, or to share your poetry, or to share your words, maybe that makes you scared. But really it's helping you to open up, to be more transparent, to you know, so that your soul can really make contact with the human world, in my opinion, by leaving its, you know, voice behind, by leaving its words behind, by leaving its creations behind. And love really allows for us to do that, to tap into that part of us. Okay, so let's get one more for the advice. What is your advice for us right now, Spirit? Okay, what is your advice for us right now? Interesting. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this is like an energy of feeling stuck, like holding on. This is an energy of like hoarding or clinging. This is like an energy of like closing off the heart chakra. This is like being obsessed with the material world, obsessed with status, obsessed with image, obsessed with title, obsessed with money. And so it's like I'm seeing 666 in my third eye, which is like, it's just a number people always associate with the devil, but for me it's like a number of associating it with, like, you need to be more balanced. You need to bring more energy to your spiritual life, so that you're not so stuck in the material world. Like there's more than just the physical realm. And so like really tapping into these different like dimensions that help you to raise your vibration and come out of this energy of like density, or this energy of like feeling stuck, and they really help to uplift your energy. And that's what this love did for me. It helped me to raise my vibration. The soulmate that I met, or you could think of twin flame too, if that term resonates for you. That's what came up for me when I began to like after I met this person, the spiritual person, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it a spiritual partner, a soulmate, a twin flame, whatever resonates for you. That's what this is. It helps you to ascend. It helps you to raise your vibration so that you're no longer feeling this energy of like needing to hoard or to cling, because love is boundless. It's, you know, it doesn't control. This is a card of controlling. Like I said, wanting to control your environment, wanting to control how you look, wanting to control how other people perceive you, wanting to control your finances, wanting to control. So the advice is kind of to let go of control, I'm assuming. To stop clinging to things that aren't serving you. Like this is the Queen of Swords, going back to those things that aren't serving you, letting them go, cutting them out of your life. This could be bad habits. This could be toxic relationships. This could be negative thinking. So whatever it is for you, which kind of came up last week, and really learning how to let go of these things and not operating from the past, but operating from this energy of feeling unbound, like boundless and infinite and free and limitless, which came up last week. So what is your advice with the Four of Pentacles here? Okay, we got storm. This is very interesting. So this is like kind of exactly what it says is it's a storm. It's like things may be out of your control. That's what I'm hearing. And that's kind of what this is, because it's like wanting to control. So if things feel out of control, it can really amp up our desire to control. And we want to control things. And look what's under the deck, union, which I love with the lovers that came up. So, and I've been saying that, like making contact with your soul, coming into union with your soul, which really creates this divine love. And that's when you attract that soulmate, or you attract that partner from this energy of liberation, because that's what this soulmate is coming to do, is to help us free our soul. So it's going to help us to expand our soul, to express more fully ourselves, more transparently, more authentically, more honestly who we are. But this is saying, like, you might want to hold on to the past. You might be like scared, or you might want to, like, I don't know, it's just like this energy of wanting to control, and that's what's going to create a storm. So you may create like emotional healing, or like you might just feel like things are out of your control and you're out in your material world, because what you're learning to do is let go of the material world. So you're going to create a storm in the material world that helps you to let go of these things. This might mean financial loss. You might lose things financially. This could be like a loss of a job. This could be a loss of a home. This could be a loss of a partnership, you know. So really letting go of things in the material world, which will create this storm, which will feel maybe very painful, but it's also helping you. It's a gift that is helping you to release and cut out anything that's not serving you anymore, so that you can align more with your truth and with your soul, so you can be free. Okay, and then I'm going to get one overall message from the Chakra Insights here to end it, and then that will be it for this week. I do private readings, so I'll leave that information below if you're interested in booking one with me. I have like 30-minute and 60-minute, so they're kind of like, they'll be kind of just like this, so they're more like coaching style, kind of like guiding you. I just like to give messages from my angels and guides, because they're always uplifting. They're always, you know, teaching you how to be more in alignment with who you truly are as a soul, right? So they always will want the best for you. So if you're looking for guidance or support there, then let me know. And final message from us, for us, Spirit. We have forgiveness. I love this. So this is number 23, and it's associated with the heart chakra. And there's a rainbow on here, and a dandelion. So I love that. Let's read it here. If you hear a little bit of noise in the background, that's okay. I'm just not home alone. So this is number 23 or 5, if that resonates for you. Okay, it says, let go of unresolved grief and blame toward yourself and others. The path of freedom awaits. And I was just talking about those soulmates come into our lives to free us. Clouds part and rainbow emerges, marking a moment of energetic celebration as a young woman releases a past grievance and sends a wish into the world. Dandelion seeds spiral through the breeze, each carrying a spark of new life force potential. From this one single exhale, 1,000 positive wishes circle to the earth, bringing forth a garden of fresh growth possibility. Forgiveness. It is time to let go of unresolved grief and blame toward yourself and others. When we cling to pain and grievance, we create blockages in our heart, which is this. We create and you see his heart's even blocked off. When we cling to pain and grievance, even if we believe we are justified in holding back forgiveness, in the end, we are the ones who suffer the most. Like a fragile wound freshly cleaned, when we release old anger and resentment, we may at first feel raw and vulnerable. It is here in our vulnerability that we are wide open and sensitive enough to truly allow healing to begin. In this letting go, there is strength and lightness of being that has the power to transform. I see a butterfly in my third eye, so that might be a synchronicity for you. This card is an invitation to allow the energy of forgiveness to move through you. If you have not had the chance to fully express your grief or anger, you may wish to write down your feelings, cry, or even yell if you need to. Express what comes up for you and then be willing to let it go. Whatever it is, it does not need to define who you are, nor does it deserve to burden your heart any longer. Look at what you have learned and how you have grown from your experience. See the situation, yourself, and others with compassion and empathy. Recognize that we are all human and that mistakes actually lead to our growth and better understanding of each other. Look for the positive. No way. Forgiveness does not mean that you agree with whatever has occurred. It just means that you choose to accept things as they are and realize that they are now in the past. Be grateful for the new understandings and perspectives you have on things. Trust and allow all life's imperfections, including your own, to be released into the breeze, where they may spiral their way lightly back to earth. Set yourself free through forgiveness. I love that. That was the perfect message I felt to end this reading. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope it was healing for you. Please like, subscribe, or share if this message resonates for you. And I'm sending you so much love. I'll be back next week, and take care.